पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रीशङ्कराचार्यनवावतारं विश्वेश्वरं विश्वगुरुं प्रणम्य वेदान्तशास्त्रश्रवणालसानां बोधाय कुर्वे कमपि प्रबन्धम्। Siddhanta Bindu is the composition of Shri Madhusudan Saraswati ji on Bhagwan Bhashyakar's Dashashloki. It is a Prakarana Grantha and it is an advanced Prakarana Grantha, we can say. Yesterday we saw the invocation stanzas done by Sri Vasudeva Abhyankara. Last stanza we have to see, so let us chant that sixth shloka of the invocation. सिद्धान्तबिन्दुरपि सागरवद्गभीरः पारं दिदृक्षुरपि न प्रभुरेशलोकः आलभ्य पातमयमञ्जनमक्तनेत्रः पारावलोकनकृती भविता सुखेन। Each shloka can be seen as an independent idea. So in this shloka it is said, Siddhanta Bindu is also a very profound grantha, and it is, when we study we will know how profound. Sagaravad Gabhiraha, like an ocean, unfathomable. Eshaha Lokaha, this world, Lokaha means world, means people. Param na didrakshuhu. Didrakshuhu means drashtumichuhu. Didrakshuhu api param na janati. Or you say Param didrakshuhu na prabhuhu. Na prabhu means na samarthaha. They are not capable of knowing the other shore, even though they may be desirous of Siddhanta Bindu. Siddhanta Bindu, direct meaning is this composition. Siddhanta Bindu, Lakshana if we take, then what is meant is Advaita Vedanta Siddhantas, the principles of that, cannot be easily comprehended by an individual just by himself or herself, without the help of some external teacher, guide, without which it is not easy to understand the depth of Advaita Vedanta principles. and I am sure it is true for all other Shastras also. But here we are talking about this one. Then how we will know the other shore, other param? Alabhya patamayam anjanam aktanetraha. Alabhya means prapya. Having attained patamayam. Pa dhatu is for rakshanam. Pa rakshane. So patamayam here means that which is going to protect. That whose nature is to protect. Patamayam. Patamayam anjanam. Anjanam means that ointment which is to be applied on the eyes. So once eyes are anointed with this anjanam, they will become aktanetraha. So the whole thing is a bahurihi samasa referring to the person who has attained this ointment. Patamayam anjanam aktanetraha yaha. So, the one whose eyes are anointed by the protective ointment, such an individual, पारावलोकन कृति bhavita sukhena, then he will be able to see the other shore. Par avalokana kriti. Kriti means he will become an expert. His second nature will be to see the other shore easily. Par avalokanam means to see what is there on the other side of Siddhanta Bindu, means he will be able to know the Shastra in and out thoroughly. Paravalokana kriti sukhena bhavita. Sukhena, easily. When this anjanam is there. And who is going to bring this anjanam? This Vasudeva Abhyankara, he is going to help us. Means this commentator, and also all other commentators, this is what they do. They try to open up what is there in the heart of the Acharya, the composer of the text. So with this, all invocation shlokas are over. The Mool invocation shloka, just one or two ideas from there. Shri Shankaracharya Navavataram. So, by the word Shri Shankaracharya, Shri word is for all the vibhutis, all the glories that Bhagavan has. 6 bhagas. Aishwarya, Dharma, Yasha, Shriya, Vairagya and Moksha. So Shri means all of that, and Shankara means Ananda Swarupa. Sham karoti iti Shankaraha. So the one who bestows or makes everything happy, Sukha Swarupa, and that too auspicious happy. Avatar Shabda has some significance here. Generally what we see in the incarnation of Rama or Bhagavan Krishna, that because of the worldly interactions, because of the vyavahara, because of the situations, their essential nature is not lost, is not covered. Avatar means this. Like jivas, we also have punarjanma, so we also are as though having avatar on this world. But what is the difference between a jnani or a Bhagavan taking avatar and a Jiva having his own body. The difference is that we do not know our glory. Avatar Purusha remembers his glory all the time. That I am Brahma to begin with. So, Sri Shankaracharya Navavataram, and this is actually very true because when Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji goes to his teacher, that time itself he recites this Dasha Shloki. Before teaching has started, when the teacher says, "Who are you?" So he says, Tadeko Vashishta Shiva Kevaloham. I am that Shiva. So that's why he is Avatara, where he has not forgotten his true identity. And then we saw other words, Vishweshwaram Vishwagurum Pranamya. So this is Namaskar Purvaka Mangalacharanam. The word Vedanta Shastra. Vedanta Shastra Shravana. So yesterday I mentioned we can take Prasthanatraya. One commentator has taken the meaning not complete Prasthanatraya but only Brahma Sutra. But not Brahma Sutra only in the Moolam or Bhashya. Means not only Sutra and Sutra Bhashya, but Sutra by Vedvyas ji, then Bhashya by Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji, then Panchapadika, then Vivaranam, and then Tattvadipan. So, if you go by Vivarana Prasthana, then 5 of these: Sutra, Bhashya, Panchapadika, Vivarana, Tattvadipan. And if you go by Bhamati, Sutra, Bhashya, Bhamati, Kalpataru, Parimala. All these. Or Parimala Kalpataru, like that. So 5 of them there. So those who are, not that they are alasi, but they are incapable to grasp all those things, then for them, this Dasha Shloki and Siddhanta Bindu is presented. Then somebody may say, oh, so all those people then who are studying Siddhanta Bindu will be all alasi people only, because either they are not able to study anything more or they are lazy. So it is said, no, it is not like that. They want to know this entire teaching in summary. So Shravanalasana means Sankshipta Sara Rupena Tadartham Shrotu Kamanam. They want to know the teaching in summary also. They might have studied elaborately or they might study later elaborately, but they also want the teaching in summary. Sankshipta Sara Rupena Tadartham Shrotu Kamanam. And for them, Kurve Kamapi Prabandham. This Prabandham, this Grantha, it is a small one. Lagurapi Bahuarthavaha Chintamani Iva Nibandho Ayam Iti. So it is like a small one, but it is a Chintamani. Chintamani means the more you think, the more meaning comes out. So it is like that. With this, all invocations are complete. Now let us begin with the first sentence of the Moolam. So I will say Moolam and then Tika. So then you will know which one we are referring to. Iha khalu Sakshat, you all have Tika, right? Iha khalu Sakshat Paramparaya va सर्वानेव जीवान् समुद्दिधीर्षुर्भगवान् आचार्यः श्रीशंकरो अनात्मभ्यो विवेकेन आत्मानं नित्यशुद्धबुद्धमुक्तस्वभावं संक्षेपेण बोधयितुं दशश्लोकीं प्रणिनाय. So in this Sanskrit, avagraha and all those will not be there. You will have to understand, like Shri Shankaro anatmabhyo, then vivekena atmanam nitya shuddha buddha mukta svabhavam. In this way, first sentence is given. So first let us now go to Tika. Iha shabda, what is it referring to? Iha means moksha sadhani bhuta advitiya atma tattva vicharaha. Vichare. Here means in the moksha sadhani bhuta advitiya atma tattva vichara. In this work where the objective is to do atma tattva vichara. And this Atma Tattva Vichara is of Advitiya Atma, non-dual Atma. Moksha Sadhani Bhuta, that which will result in moksha. So it is the means, this Advaita Atma Tattva Vichara is the means to liberation. मोक्ष मोक्ष साधनी भूत अद्वितीय आत्मतत्व विचारे इत्यर्थः. So that is what is meant by iha. In this, साक्षात् परंपरया वा सर्वान् एव जीवान् समुद्दिधीर्षुः भगवान् आचार्यः. So by the word Bhagavan, now you already know Shadaishwarya Sampanna. And Acharya, yesterday I mentioned, Acharya means the one who has the ability to extract the teaching from Shastra and make it available to others in the form of teaching and his conduct also. So, that is the meaning of the word Bhagavan Acharya. Now, it is said, Sarvan eva jivan samuddidhirshuhu. Acharya is interested in uplifting. Samuddidhirshu means to do their uddhara. Uddhartum ichchuhu samuddidhirshu. Samyak uddhartum ichchuhu samuddidhirshuhu. Kan sarvan jivan, all jivas. Now, how all jivas will be uplifted? You may have desire to uplift all. Uplifting means not that they have better clothes to wear, more food and all. Uplifting means from the idea that I am body or jiva, uplifting to the idea that I am Brahma, to this new wisdom. This is called uddhara. Another meaning of uddhara is, where if somebody is drowning in the ocean, then you give hand and lift that person up. So like that, here also Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji wants to lift people up. Sarvan jivan samuddidhirshu. Now the question is, how he will be able to lift all people? Because all are not interested, first of all. Second is, all are not capable. And third is, Bhagavan is not able to access all anyway. You can only uplift those people who come in contact with you, who are in proximity. So even if there is someone who is interested, who is capable, but is not in contact with Acharya, so all such possibilities are there. So first of all, it is said, if there are some people who are incapable, then such people, they are taken in the proximity of those who are capable. Like in general you will find, let us say there is a discourse going on, pravachan, on any subject. Those who will sit in first row or second row. Then there will be some who will be sitting in next 3-4 rows. Let us say there are 10 rows. So you have first 2 rows, then you have next 3 rows or 4 rows, and then you have next 4 rows. And in general, there is a gradation of people in those 10 rows. Either you said 2, 4, 4, or you said 2, 3, 5, whatever. So those who are most capable, they are your first audience. And they will be the mukhya shrota. So for them, it is sakshat. See, iha khalu sakshat jivan samuddidirshu. So those jivas, they will be directly lifted. Means they will be given Brahma Jnanam directly, because they have already attained enough qualifications in so many lives. So for them, the upliftment is sakshat. And then those who are sitting in proximity of such people behind them, they will slowly learn from not only teacher but their co-students also. Because acharyat padam adatte and padam shishyasva medhaya. So another quarter they will study from padam shishyasva medhaya, padam sab brahmacharibhyah, padam kalakramena cha. So from saha brahmachari also they will study. And that we should always remember. You should not feel that, I will study only from Acharya, I will not study from anybody else, because every time, for every kind of student, what Acharya says, everyone may not even comprehend, and they may not get that opportunity also. So, we have to study from co-students also. So, for them it is paramparaya. Then those who are not desirous right now, so it is said, first they will do this casual shravanam. Because there are people, they are not interested in moksha. But because other people are listening, they will also listen. Others are studying, so I will also study. If some good Mahatmas, great Mahatmas, they live in Rishikesh, Uttarkashi, I will also go. But do you have interest? No, I don't have any interest. But everybody goes there, so I will also go. So like that, this is called Sangha. So Satsanga is this only, that you get the association with great people. Then slowly we become ready, we are prepared. So this is paramparaya again. So first group was where there is no capability to understand. Second group is where there is no interest in moksha or in understanding. Third is where they are not in coming in contact with the Acharya. So for them, paramparaya in the form of Acharya will write something, then his teacher, then his students, like that, Shishya, Pata Shishya, Parampara. And through that parampara they will study. So like only few people came in contact with Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji directly and studied. Then others indirectly. So in this way, Sakshat, some students means sakshat some jiva will be uplifted and paramparaya other jivas will be uplifted. So iha khalu sakshat paramparaya va sarvan eva jivan samuddhidirshuhu, all jivas they will be uplifted. Another meaning of this sakshat and parampara is that for some people only dasha shloki is enough. This is sakshat teaching. And paramparaya means they will have to study dasha shloki, then siddhanta bindu, then tika on siddhanta bindu, then vyakhyanam on that tika. So like that they will understand. So sakshat paramparaya va sarvaneva jivan samuddhidirshur bhagavan acharya Shri Shankara. Now this much let us see in tika. उत्तमाधिकारिणां दशश्लोक्युपदेशेन साक्षादेव आत्मतत्वज्ञानं जायते. For उत्तम अधिकारीज दशश्लोकी उपदेशेन साक्षादेव आत्मतत्वज्ञानं जायते. They will have साक्षात् आत्मतत्वज्ञानं just by दशश्लोकी उपदेश. अन्येषां तु उपदेशानन्तरं श्रवणमननादि साधनद्वारा आत्मतत्वज्ञानं जायते. For others, after upadesha they will have to do further shravanam mananam, means either of the same thing again and mananam or along with tika etc. So up to this is the vakya that we have seen in Moolam. Now in the Moolam it is said anatmabhyo vivekena आत्मानं नित्य शुद्ध बुद्ध मुक्त स्वभावं संक्षेपेण बोधयितुं दशश्लोकीं प्रणिनाय. भगवान शंकराचार्य जी प्रणिनाय means he composed what dashashloki. He composed this dashashloki for what? Anatmabhyo vivekena atmanam bodhayitum. Anatmabhyo, from anatma, panchami vibhakti, anatmabhyo, from anatma, vivekena, from anatma to do viveka of atma. And what is that nature of atma? Nitya shuddha buddha mukta swabhavam. So atma which is of this nature, nitya shuddha buddha mukta. Viveka means bheda. Here, vivekena means by creating distinction that Atma is different. So, somebody may say, oh, this viveka jnanam means if there is a bheda, then bheda jnanam is not the means to liberation, because our jnanam should be abheda. If you say by viveka, so viveka means separation, which means pruthak karane. Pruthak karane means to separate, separating atma from anatma. Atmanam anatmabhyo vivekena. So if you do this viveka, so it is said, don't worry, in this viveka, what we are also going to recognize is that one is satyam and another is mithya. Atma is satyam, anatma is mithya, and therefore that jnanam will still be means to liberation. There is no defect in that, na dosha. Then it is said nitya shuddha buddha mukta swabhavam. So nitya means nityam, kala aparichinnam is called nityam. Shuddham means raga dveshadi ashuddhi rahitam. All the impurities in the form of raga, dvesha, etc. are not there in Atma. Atma is not in the realm of time, free from all the mental impurities. Raga, dvesha, etc. are in Antakarana. So they are not there in Atma. Buddham. Buddham is स्वप्रकाश निरतिशय आनंदम. Here commentator has given Buddham means Swaprakasha Nirtisha Anandam. Buddham actually means only Swaprakasham. Then Niratishaya Anandam is because it is Aparicchinnam. Therefore it is Niratishaya Anandam. It is Bhuma. So it is Jnana Swarupa and it is Anantam. Muktam. Nityam Shuddham Buddham Muktam. Muktam Avidya Rupa Bandha Shunyam. So that which is free from the bondage in the form of avidya. Avidya Rupa Bandha Shunyam Mukta. So Atmanam Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhavam. Swabhavam means Swameva Bhavaha Sattayasya Tam Ananyadhina Sattakam. That which has this alone as its nature. Swameva Bhavaha Satta Yasya. So it is not dependent upon others. It is independently existing. That is called Swabhavam. Swabhavam means we can also say this is its nature, right? But here Swabhavam means Swam eva bhavaha Swabhava. Means its nature is to be existence. Swabhavam Sankshepena Bodhayitum Dashashlokim Praninaya. So such Atma which is revealed by Vedanta Shastra, Upanishad, Shrutis, that Atma will be revealed here. So for revealing such Atma, Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji composed this Dashashlokim Praninaya. So I think that Vakya should be clear now. Now you should see Tika. The Tika you see. Sharira, Indriya, Manaha, Pranadayo. Ye padarthaha Anityaha, Ashuddhaha, Jadaha, Karmavashyascha te na Atmanaha. Sharira, Indriya, Mana, Prana, all of these padarthas are anitya. So what is the lakshana of anatma? That is pointed out. Anitya, Ashuddha, Jada and Karmavashya. Because opposite of anitya is nitya. Ashuddha opposite is shuddha. Jada opposite is buddha. And mukta opposite of that is karmavashya. Karmavashya means that which is under the grip of karma. That which has to depend upon karma is called karmavashya. Te na atmanaha. That is not atma. Means they all are not atma. Sharira, Indriya, Mana, Prana, etc. Why? Atma Swabhava Viruddha Swabhavatvat. Because their Swabhava is different from Atma. Atma Swabhava Viruddha Swabhavatvat. Atma tu na anityo, na ashuddho, na jado, na api karmavashya. Karmavashya means karma phalam. What is under the grip of karma is the result of karma. Karta is also under the grip of karma, but we can say he has some independence sometimes. But karma phala is always dependent. Karma phala can never be independent of karma. Atma is not anitya, not ashuddha, not jada and not karma phalam. So this we know because karma phalam is always utpadyam, apyam, samskaryam, vikaryam. Atma is not a karma phala. Tatha cha shariradibhyo bhedena atma tattva jnanam praninam avashyakam. Shariradibhyo bhedena Atma Tattva Jnanam should be where I should know myself as distinct from shariradi, body, etc. Means body, indriya, sense organs, mind, prana, etc. शरीरादिभ्यो भेदेन आत्मतत्वज्ञानं प्राणिनाम् आवश्यकम्. तदर्थं श्रीमच्छंकराचार्यैः दशश्लोकी विरचिता इति. For that purpose, Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji has composed this Dashashloki. For which purpose? In the Pankti you see. Tadartham it is given, right? For that purpose. So then which purpose? Atma Tattva Jnana Shariradibbyo Bhinnam. Shariradibbyo Bhedena Atma Tattva Jnanam Tadartham. So, to recognize that Atma Tattva Jnanam or Atma is different from Shariradi. For that, Tadartham, Viveka you can say according to Moolam. In Tika, this is how it is given. Shrimad Shankaracharya Dashashloki Virachita iti. Tatra Nityatvam Kala Krita Iyatta Rahityam. So you see, earlier we said Nityatvam, the other commentator. That other commentary is the Gauda Brahmanandiya commentary. So there it was said Nityatvam Kala Aparichinnam. Here what is given by this commentator? Nityatvam Kala Krita Iyatta Rahityam. Iyatta means this much. Iyatta Shabda is to indicate this much. So something which is in the period of time, then you can say it is from here to here. Like this king was there ruling the kingdom. From when to when? 1940 to 1970. Means you can put the Iyatta. How long this empire lasted? From 1800 to 1900. So this is called Iyatta. Kalakrita Iyatta. Time bound specification. Nityatvam means where such time boundness is not there. Kalakrita Iyatta Rahityam. Then Shuddhatvam. What is Shuddhatvam? With Avidyamala Rahityam. Shuddha means where there is no Avidyamala. Buddhatvam Swaprakasha Anubhav Swarupatvam. See, this commentator has given. Buddhatvam means only Swaprakasha Anubhava. Ananda you don't have to include in Buddhatva. So, Swaprakasha Anubhava Swarupatvam. Muktatvam Pramatrittvadi Bandharahitatvam. What is Muktatva? Mukta means, earlier he said Mukta means Karma Vashya. Here he says Muktatva means Pramatritva is not there. I am Pramata is a bondage. How I am Pramata is a bondage? Because I have to depend upon other things for being who I am. So if I am Pramata, I have to depend upon Prameya and Pramana to become Pramata. To become Karta, I have to depend upon Karma and Kriya. Then only I will be Karta. So like that, when I have to depend upon other things, then it is not Muktatvam. So Muktatvam is where I don't depend upon anything. Pramatrittvadi Bandharahitatvam. Uktam Acharya Ashayam Ajananaha Shankate. Now, this is the Ashaya of Acharya. Okay, intention of Bhagavan Shankaracharya. But this intention, those who do not know, Acharya Ashayam, which is Uktam, Ajananaha, those who do not know, Shankate, now they are questioning. See Moolam now. Nanu Idankaraspedebhyo Anatmabhyo Vivekena Ahankaraspadam Atmanam Sarvopi Loko अहमस्मीति प्रत्येति दुःखं च अनुभवति तेन ज्ञातज्ञापकत्वान् निष्प्रयोजनत्वाच्च आत्मतत्त्वप्रतिपादनं व्यर्थम् इति चेत्. So somebody says, Nanu. Now before, okay, let us just continue. Nanu idang karaspadebhyo anatmabhyo. He says anatma is recognized as idam, and from that I have to do viveka, and whatever is recognized as ahankaraspadam, that is called atma. Means that which is known as idam is anatma, and that which is known as aham is atma. Everybody knows this. Sarvopi loko aham asmi iti pratyeti. Pratyeti means janati. Sarvopi loko means all people, they know this, that whatever is idankara aspada. Aspada means vishaya. That which becomes the object of idam, this thought, is called anatma. And that which becomes the object of I thought, this is called atma. So this viveka, sarvopi loko pratyeti. And how do they know? Aham asmi iti. Everybody knows I am. You need not tell someone that you are, because everybody knows I am. Aham asmi iti. And therefore, it is a known fact. So the hetu for that is in the second line. Tena jnata jnapakatvat. What is already known is not worth revealing again, because the objective of pramana is ajnata jnapakam pramanam. So aham asmi, this atma jnanam is known to pranimatra. Every living being knows, even animals know aham asmi. And therefore, that which is jnata jnapaka, jnatasya jnapaka, that cannot be shastra. Shastra's purpose is not to reveal something which is already known. One. Second thing you see, dukkham cha anubhavati. Sarvopi loko aham asmiti pratyeti dukkham cha anubhavati. So what is he trying to say? That people, these students, they have this viveka. Sarva prani jata, all people, they have this viveka. What? That anatma is idankaraspad and atma is ahankaraspad, and they are different. And I am, this much viveka they know. Having known this also, they are experiencing dukkham. So what should this mean? Tell me. If they have viveka and they are having sorrow, what does that mean? Okay, so viveka is not dridha, and because sanskara and viparita bhavana, they are having dukkham. Actually, this nanu, nanu idankaraspad, so that is a purva paksha, right? That much you know. So whatever he has given up there itself is incorrect. What he is saying, that idankaraspad is anatma and ahankaraspad is atma, that is not true. That we will prove. Next thing is that he says people have viveka and they are having dukkham. And your Upanishad says tarati shokam atmavit. Knower of atma should not have dukkham, but they have dukkham. So now what will you understand? I will make two sentences and then you tell me what you understand. Knower of Atma does not have dukkham. These people have dukkham. Means what? Huh? He's not the knower. Knower of what? Atma. Means they do not know Atma. This is how we will understand, right? What he is trying to say, so what Purva Pakshi is trying to say is, they know what is Anatma and what is Atma. And your Upanishad says, knower of Atma should not have sorrow. They have sorrow. Therefore, knowledge of Atma does not serve any purpose. Because after knowing also people are unhappy. This is what he says. No, what he is saying is that, what he is saying here is that objective of becoming free from sorrow is not accomplished by this Atma Anatma Viveka. Therefore, there is no point in studying Shastra, because even after studying, people are unhappy. Now, what they have studied and all is different. Okay. So he said, Dukkham cha anubhavati. Tena jnata jnapakatvat nishprayojanatvat. So, he gives two hetus. Second hetu is, because there is dukkham, therefore study of Atma Tattva or Atma Tattva Pratipadanam is nishprayojanam. Atma Tattva Pratipadanam nishprayojanam. And therefore, vyartham. It is of no use. So he gives two hetus. First hetu is, people already know what is Atma and what is Anatma. What is their understanding of what is Anatma? Whatever is known as Idam is Anatma. What is their understanding of Atma? Whatever is known as Aham is Atma. Clear? This is what people understand. And after this understanding also they are suffering. Therefore, this understanding has not brought any difference. So, it is not worth pursuing. It is nishprayojanam. Tena jnata jnapakatvan nishprayojanatvacha atmatattva pratipadanam vyartham iti chet. Up to this is moolam. Now, let us see tika. So, this sentence will be clarified in detail now. Okay. Atma bhinnaha padarthaha. You know where we are, right? In tika, after nanu iti. So you keep this track of going up and down, because slowly you will have to know this. Atma bhinnaha padarthaha ghata patadayah idankaraspadi bhutaha. Whatever is different from Atma, Atma bhinna padartha, what are they? Ghata pata adaya. They are known as idam or aham. Idam. So they are called idankaraspadi. Idankaraspadi bhutaha ghatapatadaya. Does anybody take themselves as pot or cloth or a tree outside? If there is a coconut tree or mango tree outside, does anybody take that tree as myself, that this is who I am? No. Can anyone take a cow in their shed as I am this cow? No, nobody will take. Why? It is very clear, it is idankaraspadi. What is idamkaraspadi? He gives definition. Idam iti akaraka pratiti matra vishayatvam idankaraspadattvam. Idam iti akaraka pratiti matra vishayatvam idankaraspadattvam. Yatha ghatapadadinam, like pot, cloth, etc. They all are idankaraspad, because they are known as idam pratyaya and they are known as idam pratyaya only. Matra. Matra padena shariradi vyudasaha. Why matra pada is introduced? What will happen if matra is not there? See, matra pada, idam, ghatapata, they are idam iti akaraka pratiti matra vishayatva. So matra pada, what it does? Shariradi vyudasa. Vyudas means nirasaha. If matra was not there, there would be ativyapti in sharira. Sharira, like let us say my house. So how do I say mama griham? Right? If I have my house, then I will say mama griham, mama lekhani, mama ghataha, my pot, my pen. This is how I will say my house. Mama go, my cow. So, when it is said that matra pada, mama shariram, we use that word. But we also use shariram not only as mama, but also as aham. That is what he said in the next line. Shariradayo hi ahamityakaraka pratitavapi vishayi bhuta bhavanti. Sharir, etc. means sharira, indriya, prana, mana, buddhi. Ahamityakaraka pratitavapi vishayi bhuta bhavanti. They become vishaya of not only idam vritti, but also of the aham vritti. Aham ityakaraka pratitau api vishayi bhuta bhavanti. So they are recognized as aham also and they are vishaya also. Ghatapatadi, they are not recognized as aham. They are only recognized as idam and they are vishaya. Means they are jnata, they become known. Shariradi, they are recognized as aham also and they are vishayas also. Clear this distinction? Atma cha ahankaraspadi bhuta. And what is Atma? Atma is ahankaraspadi bhuta. Now, this thought we will have to continue in our next session, because it's a complete like longer thought process. Okay, so we'll see in the second session. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punaha Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyaptadehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.